Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to your daily dose of zombies news from the game and community here on COD Zombies HQ. Thanks so much for tuning in today. There is a lot to talk about in today's episode, including new uses for Aetherium Crystals coming to the game soon, a possible new perk found underneath the map here in D Machina, and the return of a weapon here in Cold War that I hoped we would never have to see again. So without further ado, let's kick things right off with our first story of the day. Since the launch of Cold War Zombies, there has been only one kind of Aetherium Crystal that you can earn in this game by completing a milestone round in a zombies match or even an exfil. You can of course use these Aetherium Crystal currency to receive various upgrades on weapon classes, perks, alternate ammo types, and field upgrades. But I'm sure by now a lot of you are noticing that you're no longer earning any Aetherium Crystals. That's because Treyarch actually put a cap on how many Aetherium Crystals you can earn total in the game right now. That cap is the amount of crystals it would take to unlock all of the permanent upgrade skills. So once you reach that cap, the game as it stands right now isn't going to give you any more Aetherium crystals, but that is going to change. We knew that because of leaks even before this game was launched that there was going to be some kind of extension of zombies currency using Aetherium crystals. In that leak, it stated something that we know to be true, that milestone rounds will reward players with salvage and a chance at, this is important, raw Aetherium crystals. The leaker also notes that there are also flawless Aetherium crystals that we haven't seen yet, because currently you can only earn raw Aetherium crystals from the game. But recently, thanks to Nanakos over on Twitter, we got some more details about the tiers of flawless Aetherium crystals that will probably be coming to Cold War, I would assume within Season 1, and also what we could possibly be spending them on. So firstly, images have been found that there are 3 different tiers of Aetherium crystal. The first is the rare variety. The rare kind looks very similar to the regular Aetherium crystals, the raw Aetherium crystals that we're able to earn in game right now. Next up on the tier list above the rare tier is the epic Aetherium crystal. It's notable for being a lot more refined looking and a little bit of a lighter purple color, but even above the epic tier, the highest tier of Aetherium crystal that we'll be earning is the legendary tier, and this one is of course noted by its bright yellow color, giving us 3 tiers of zombies currency that we can assume we'll be able to earn in game, possibly again by achieving those milestone rounds, now resulting in a random roll that will determine which rarity of Aetherium crystal you get when reaching that milestone round. So it won't always be the lowest tier, you'll have a very small percentage of getting a legendary or even an epic Aetherium crystal when you reach a certain milestone round. And of course, if they're going to expand on the zombies currency here in Cold War with these tiers of Aetherium crystals, we can kind of assume that there will be a direct purchase option using COD points for those that wish to go that route. But what's the point of earning zombies currency if you've got nothing to spend it on? That's of course the issue we're currently faced with here in Cold War Zombies, but it's likely it won't stay that way for very long. From what I can tell, there will likely be 2 major options for what we can spend our crystals on going forward. The first has to do with more permanent upgrade unlocks. Now this comes in 2 forms. The first is because there was recently a lot of leaked information suggesting that new DLC perks will be coming here to Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. Of course, with new perks being added into this game, they will receive various tiered upgrades that we can unlock just like the rest of the other perks. Other method is something that we know was in the game at some point, and that is there not being only 3 tiers to upgrade a perk or a skill, but rather there being 5 tiers, so 2 extra tiers to unlock permanent effects that actually haven't been seen yet in the game. So for example, the 2 highest tiers of permanent upgrades for a field upgrade like Ether Shroud, the 4th tier would have granted you 50% extra speed while Ether Shroud was active, and the 5th tier, and this would have been really effective, the 5th tier would have granted you an increased charge to the Ether Shroud so you can have 2 charges ready at all times. With the 4th 4th tier unlocked by using the epic tier Aetherium Crystals, and the 5th, the highest tier, unlocked using the legendary tiered Aetherium Crystals. So definitely at one point, these higher tiers were in the game to be unlocked by higher tiers of Aetherium Crystals. The question now is, will they be returning with those higher tiers when rarer types of Aetherium Crystals get added into the game? And the second option for what Aetherium Crystals could be used for is, of course, to provide some rare Gobblegum type effect. Cold War Zombies almost stands out for the fact that it doesn't have any type of consumable items in this Zombies mode like there has been since Black Ops 3. And while as far as I'm aware, no one has found any evidence of consumable items within the code of the game right now, there is of course speculative evidence that we've seen, for example on the 3rd campaign mission, that they're clearly using the model from Dr. Monty's gumball machine. So we know without a doubt that that model is ported over to Cold War. And I think most of us that enjoyed Black Ops 3 Zombies can agree that the Gobblegum liquid divinium system in Black Ops 3 was probably their best iteration of consumable items in a Zombies mode yet. And while the actual character of Dr. Monty himself won't be playing a big part in the story of Cold War Zombies, I have seen fantastic theories out there by Zombies YouTuber Kaljitsu that suggest that Dr. Monty and the Shadow Man from prior games have reformed into one original being that will be making an appearance here in Cold War Zombies. So no Dr. Monty in his prior form, but we will be getting something related to that storyline once again in the future. Next up, there was a lot of rumblings in the community yesterday as some players had believed they might have discovered a new perk that has been sitting underneath the map here in Die Maschine since the game was launched. They were able to quote-unquote find this new perk when glitching underneath the map in the corridor that connects Speed Cola to the armor station. There they found this huge texture, which says World's Best Breakfast Beer O'Grady's, which kind of seems like it could be the name or could be the logo of a new perk, right? Well, unfortunately, that doesn't seem to be the case here, and the answer to what exactly this is just as confusing as the image itself. And that's because, for whatever reason, when certain items get glitched underneath the map here in Cold War Zombies, and I think in prior games too, the textures themselves for those items start to appear a lot larger than they actually are. And what this actually is the actual wrapping around the bottle of the Molotov cocktail within the game, where we can check out the model for that item, and yep, O'Grady's breakfast beer, this is definitely it. So somehow it found its way underneath the map, its texture appeared a lot bigger to the players than it normally should have appeared, which gave the impression it might be something like a new perk machine, but unfortunately, nope, that isn't the case this time. Next up, we have the return of a weapon in Cold War Zombies that I hoped we would never see again. You see, there's a story that's been passed down from generation to generation of Zombies players, beginning all the way back in Black Ops 1. It's called The Curse of the China Lake. You see, back in Black Ops, when you rolled the mystery box and you were unlucky enough to get the China Lake, now you would be afflicted with the Curse of the Shin Lake, as those in the know call it. This would mean that for the rest of your game, your box luck would be absolutely terrible. You'd never get the weapon you wanted, and it's all because of the Curse of the Shin Lake. Well, looking at Black Ops Cold War here again, and would you look at that, there it is, it's the China Lake. Why it's appearing as the China Lake as the Mastery Calling Card unlock for the M79 is, I have no idea. This is definitely one of the out of left fields reused assets we've seen here in Cold War Zombies. It could mean that the China Lake is returning to the game in the future. Oh gosh, I hope not. With how rare the ray gun is in this game, we don't need any more Curse of the Chin Lake. Next up, I've seen a lot of people saying that the progression on their Trapper calling card within Cold War Zombies is currently bugged, being stuck at 255 out of 500. Well, this is a widespread issue, and it's currently an issue that Treyarch is aware of, where they've just recently, on November 29th, added this issue to the list that they're working on that can only be solved in the next title update for the game. So it can't just be a hotfix, they've got to implement a main series title update in order for them to fix this issue and for all of us to earn our Trapper calling card for the first time. But that wraps up today's news, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hey, consider leaving a thumbs up on the video, and why not subscribe to the channel for more great Zombies content to come. Things are only starting to heat up as Season 1 approaches. approaches here in Cold War Zombies. And by the way, obviously the Curse of the Shin Lake is just an urban legend amongst the group of friends that I play with. I was wondering if there's any of those kind of out of left field, random urban legends that you and your groups of friends have when playing zombies. As always, I do read each and every single comment, so if there is kind of an urban legend that you and your friends have when playing, you can rest assured that I will see it. If you haven't seen yesterday's video yet, be sure to tap out while the outro is bumping, because I want to thank you once again for watching, and I'll see you with another Zombies news video tomorrow. Peace.